So, a bit of an update on the HW35 after I changed the mainspring. You will have to excuse the washing machine and the dog chewing a bone in the past, but it's the only quiet that I've got. So, I changed it for a Titan XS number 4 mainspring. I had to shorten it by a couple of coils just because otherwise it became coil bound. I added the top hat and the spring guide. And I have to say I actually give up shooting this yesterday. Because it was actually quite an effort to cock it after a while. It was making me a bit tired. Getting on, I know. And when I when I chronoed it last night, I almost felt like I'd been giving up. 8 foot-pounds. I don't really understand how you can have a performance spring with supposedly better parts in the top hat and the spring guide, and yet £8. I can only assume it's because there's a huge amount of preload, so therefore it's binding out before it's reaching its potential. I don't know whether lopping a couple of springs off just so it's got a little bit less preload will allow the spring to compress fully before. I really don't know. So anyway, I've given up. But what I did do is put the Titan spring in the HW80 instead of the Weihrauch one that I bought, because again the power just seemed to be shit on that. So I literally was having a mare last night. Literally 8, 9, 10 o'clock I was taking guns apart and getting really frustrated. So in this one, about the third time I've asked of trying to put it in there, because it is actually quite a long spring, is the Weihrauch new spring. It's got the original metal spring guide, nothing else. So it is factory, as factory could get it. And I was shooting H&N, and then I shot some Diablos as well. So I think I was reading the fact that if you can shoot not necessarily to do with power, if you can get the bigger pellets to shoot faster without the power going up, it's more efficient. I don't know, I'm getting all confused now, who knows. Anyway, so this morning I tried it with a really light pellet and one of the heavier pellets that I've got that aren't slugs. And I was vaguely surprised. So the power level's gone up to the mid-9s. And to be perfectly honest, it cocks, it shoots, it's nice and smooth. Sod it. So I will use the Titan spring in the HW80 instead of the Weihrauch mainspring. Because when I tested that just now, it was putting out 11.5 foot-pounds in a 2.2, and there's virtually no preload, and you can screw it together and unscrew it by hand. So I'm just leaving it like that for now. So yeah, I must admit I was disappointed with the when I was firing it yesterday that it's not as powerful or as I thought it should be, could be. So by the time you buy all these new parts and put them in, it is I don't know, bit of a gamble I suppose. But all in all, you just want an accurate rifle, didn't you? That doesn't necessarily come down with power. It just meant that I did want this above 10, so I could try and reach some of the longer targets down the range. If it means that I'm sort of stuck, as it were, or limited to targets at 40, 45 yards, then I'll have to do that instead of aiming for the 55, 60 yards. But yeah, so what I will do, I'll put it through its paces. I'll put half a tin of pellets through it next time I go down Pete's, I think. And I will see about getting a nice scope mount for it. I have a Nico Sterling scope, but obviously each time you undo the rifle you have to take the scope off, so I've just left it off for now, left behind sights on. It was a bit of a challenge yesterday down at the club, trying to reach anything on iron sights. So I do need a scope. So yeah, I want to get a nice single piece mount, a nice scope, and then this rifle, button it off, sign it as done. So yeah, I'm quite glad that it fires consistently with the lighter pellets and the heavier pellets. It's not as much as I wanted to do, but it is what it is. And then onwards and upwards to the HW80, which again was giving me grey hair yesterday. But that is what it is. That's what you get for a project gun, where I think every single piece on it has been bodged. but never mind. So yeah, HW35 shooting around 9 and a bit pounds now, so it's up on what it was, down on what it should be, but smooth, that's all that matters. And I think it's a little bit quieter as well, so win-win.